Good afternoon. Well, it's come to that time again where we'll be doing a locomotive review. Today is something different. This is my first ever of this class of locomotive. By far it's one of my favourites. Why I've never had one is beyond me. Maybe it's because whenever they tend to come out, they seem to sell out pretty quick. They're very, very popular. So anyway, let's not beat about the bush. So we've got a Class 55 Deltic with DCC Sound. Most of these seem to come with sound. They've released quite a few with them. So this is the end of the box. So it's 32534DS, Class 55 55004, Queen's Own Highlander in BR Blue. So standard box really. A little bit of information on the back about the Deltic. If you want to pause it and read it, then by all means, you're welcome to. Okay, so here she is. This particular class locomotive is very special. I think it's very, very popular with enthusiasts. Only 22 were made. 22. Only 6 survive. And one is DP1. DP2 never survived, so it's involved in an accident. So 55004, Queen's Own Highlander. This particular model doesn't exist to this day. It was one of the ones that was scrapped. Had an interesting time towards the end of its life. You'll probably already know this, but I'll just touch a little bit of base on it. So it suffered, I believe, engine failure in 1978. It was at Doncaster, no. Well, it was off the rail for about a year, waiting decision. I think it finally went back into service by 1980, and I do believe from what I read online, this is the very last Deltic that was withdrawn. So quite an interesting life for it. So they were primarily on the East Coast Main Line. They took over steam. These fantastic beasts, they are absolutely amazing. The sound they make is absolutely phenomenal. Later on in life they sort of became unreliable, but they were unreliable anyway, but they're very expensive to maintain with such a magnificent engine, or two of, should I say. Very powerful, very fast, absolutely fantastic. But there came a point where they came to the end of their life. They only saw about 20 years service, I believe. 1961 to 1962 they were built. 1982 was the last one in service. So yeah, about 20 years life, which is still quite a long time really. When you look at some people, obviously don't have a car for 20 years. They sort of have it for 10 years and scrap it or whatever. So 20 years is still a long time. So anyway, let's have a look at the model. I can't remember if this is one of Bachmann's latest releases or one of the last ones they released. There's 2 planned to come out this year. One of them is a BR Blue one with the white cab surrounds. Meld, I think, is the one, 55003. I can't remember the number. So anyway, okay, so let's have a look at the model. Fantastic. Like I said, I've never had one of these before, so it's completely different. But I just always remember when I was younger, my dad always used to sort of talk about him. Oh yeah, I remember the Deltic, and that was one of his favourites. So here we are with a BR Blue one. No white cab ends. So let's start this end. When you buy these, you have to fit the handrails yourself. To be honest, I haven't done a great job of them. I wish I'd sort of left them. As you can see, I haven't got them quite in the holes. I've stuck them on. I mean, I could not get them to go in for no love of money. A little bit of sort of blemish around this lamp, so I'm not the only one who's not perfect. So okay, so you've got sprung buffers, usual stuff with a Bachmann model. Lovely separately fitted items such as the horns and the wipers. They are separately fitted, so please do be careful of them, not to catch them when handling the model. These two handrails here and here, they are fitted by Bachmann, which is lovely. Why couldn't they fit the other three? Bloody nightmare. But yeah, apart from that, it's fine. So this one's quite a basic one. It's got sort of no painted bits down here. This is probably as you would have seen it in the late 70s, early 70s. Just very sort of basic livery. There's the name plaque, Queen's Own Highlander. Very nice. So let's start down the side. Okay, so you've got this large vent here. That's etched. Lovely big glazed cab windows. They must have been fantastic to drive with all that sort of light coming in. The door is away from the cab. You walk through the door and then there's a partition here, and then you come into the cab where most sort of cab doors open into the cab. And then obviously the first engine's here in this area, second engine's here, and then their exhaust systems are joined together to come out of the middle. So we've got 4 fans on top, 2 here, obviously for each locomotive, and 2 separate exhaust ports on top. So I'm not going to talk too much because I mean I've already wasted 7 minutes of your time. So I'll say very basic. This one sort of just as per service in British Rail days. So we've got the lovely arrows, fleet number, and obviously the classification plaque underneath. Lovely detail throughout. It's sort of really nice, very crisp finish. Yeah. So should we have a look at the sound then? The sound, I don't think it's as good as it could be, but I'll make your own decision on that. Lego Man Biffo, his sound is very much awesome, but I'll stick with the Bachmann one for now. Okay, so we're just going to start it up. We'll just go through some of the sounds. Okay, so this is start up. So that's the first engine. And now the second engine's kicked in. Okay, so that's function 1. Also got the lights. Function 8 is for the cab lights. Very nice. Obviously they're not directional cab lights. They're either on or off. We'll leave them off for now. I'm not such a big fan of cab lights, but there we are. So got directional lights, red lights this end, white domino head code. It's not lettered, and it's not a yellow nose one. Sometimes had the yellow infill with the 2 headlamps. This one's sort of domino, which I thought was quite nice. So 2 is just a long tone, and then obviously number 3 is quite a famous horn for the Deltic. Sort of just as a funny old sound. 4 is the brakes. 5 is, I think, notch up. 7. So they're doing anything now. 9 is your guard's whistle. 10 is your auxiliary fan, I think. Does sound like that. So yeah, let's just get it coupled up some coaches then, because I mean I'm not very good at going through these bloody numbers. I get on my nerves. We've got some BR Blue Mark II stock down here that will go quite well with the Deltic. Just switch it across and pick them up. Brake skill on the stop. So I'll just go back the other way. Right, here we go then. It just hasn't quite got that Deltic scream. Sort of coming through now. Whoops. Oh, what happened there? Oh, I just got a slight derailment because someone forgot about the points. Oh, damn. Is it back on? Schoolboy error. Good emergency stop though. There we go. Okay, so we'll bring it to a stop and we'll finish up there. I'll just bring it around to the front again. Okay, so there we have it. Bachmann's Deltic 55004. Any comments, please leave them below. I'll say I'm not too fantastic with this video malarkey, but we'll get there. So here's just a short video, or fairly long video, of this Deltic. Yeah, any questions, please leave them below. Any tips or anything to look out for, just let us know. Hopefully some more videos come soon, some more running videos, etc. Throughout the year, with more releases. Looking forward to Bachmann Class 90 being released. It is being shipped from China as we speak, so hopefully that'll be all soon. That'll be the next interesting video. Should be more to come. Thanks for taking the time to watch, and I'll see you real soon. Thanks guys, see ya.